Now we have the next speaker is none other than Dr. Vinod Arora. Dr. Vinod Arora is the chairman of Wave LASIK Center at Dehradun. He is one of the very popular eye surgeon, and he is the one who's actually holding the eye light group of ophthalmologists, and which is one of the group which is liked by most of the elites in the ophthalmology. And Dr. Vinod is an excellent surgeon. He's going to talk about the soft cataract and supracapsular phaco. I think, Dr. The slight changes there in his topic. So he's going to talk about Dr. Vinod.
Are my slides visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's visible.
Thank you. So basically, once we get a soft cataract, we think it's going to be very, very easy. And especially for the beginners, they think it's just a lollipop. We can have it. And but soft may look cool, may look easy, but sometimes it causes a lot of problems. It may be even tougher than to deal with a hard cataract. In hard cataract, you know what is there. But in soft cataract, you are not sure what you are going to get it. The problem is that soft may have a lot of challenges, a lot of problems. It may be difficult to rotate. They may be difficult to hold by phaco tape. It's not going to occlude. Then it's difficult to divide by a chopper. Then there are increased chances of PCR. That's a very big problem with softer cataracts. So there have been several techniques devised for dealing with the soft cataracts. It may be irrigation aspiration. We can do tilt and tumbling. We can do phaco flip. We can do soft chop. We can do phaco chip and flip technique. Then divide and conquer in some little harder cataracts, and supracapsular phaco. That means we bring the nucleus out of bag and then we do the phaco. So depending on condition and type of nucleus you got, you can choose the technique. So what is the basic is there, we should have a good hydrodissection, and it should be done on multiple sites. Then in viscoflip, we do a viscodissection. I'll come to that. And soft nuclear material is pushed in toto that comes in the anterior chamber. Then it's very easy to phaco and is rather aspirated because it's a very, very soft cataract. So normally we keep the lower power setting. The power should be low, the flow should be low, and the aspiration should be kept to a minimal of required, whatever's there. And it can also be taken out in epinucleus mode. If you've got phaco machine and got epinucleus mode, that means your phaco energy should be around 0 to 20%. With a fair amount of vacuum, around 150 to 200 millimum of mercury, then aspiration flow rate should be around 20 to 25. It's then become very easy. You can just take in epinucleus mode also. This is a lens salute technique. We are trying to make a capsular axis, and the size of capsular axis may be 5 to 5.25 millimeter. Well-centered convolutional axis is made. Hydrodissection from multiple sites. We do hydrodissection from multiple sites and then slightly tilt the nucleus. That is done with the hydro procedure only. So Dr. Kikemita called as lens salute, and he's very fond of it. So it becomes much easier. Your posterior capsule is far away. This lens is pushing posterior capsule backward, and it becomes easier to manipulate the things. Depending on the type of nucleus, you can directly impale it, or if you require, you can chop it even. The things become much easier, and you don't have to go inside. So it's a little on the anterior chamber, since the cataract is very, very soft. So we are not worried about the phaco energy we are using. Minimum vacuum has to be a little higher side. This all fragments, they are maintaining your posterior capsular back. And it's become very easy to do the phaco. Then comes the visco flip. Is the second technique. It's almost similar. We do hydro procedure, that's hydrodissection. And if the nucleus is not coming out because of the hydro procedure, sometimes it's too soft to come out by anything. Even you try to hydroprolapse, it's not coming. But we have to do a meticulous hydro procedure there. Now we do the visco dissection. We put the visco behind. This visco causes whole thing to come out in the anterior chamber. It just pops out. And our posterior capsule goes back. And we can easily either aspirate it or do the phaco aspiration. So visco is acting as a cushion behind. So everything has come out in total. And since it's a very soft, hardly requires, just phaco aspiration is sufficient. And the rest of the procedure, we know, irrigation aspiration, almost same what we do in other patients or other cases. It's similar. Your challenge is over by now. Then coming to the posterior polar cataract, we have got one talk for this. It's the almost same technique. We do the visco dissection in the plane of hydrodissection. And last piece is taken out by visco dissection only. So this is a case referred to us. Patient has nucleus drop in one eye. They are in other patient, other hospital, and we are going to do the second eye. So we are a little careful because the patient has nucleus drop in one eye. Access is done. And instead of hydrodissection, we do visco expression. It's called visco dissection. The advantage is that it doesn't cause hydrostatic pressure there. And rather we do hydrodelineation, I should say. And we are not using hydro at all. We are using it visco for that. It may be diluted visco or methyl cellulose, quite good. And the nucleus comes out, leaving the posterior capsule and cortex there. Now it can be easily taken out. And phaco become much easier. We have got a lot of safety margin there. And now we are left with cortical layer. Nucleus is out there. So our major worry is already gone. Now we do the visco dissection of this part. We use the OVD to separate the capsular bag and cortical tissue. We are not using hydro here. The advantage is that the visco pushes the things forward but it doesn't got pressure much on the posterior surface. And again, if there is a hole or something, it will keep on covering it. So cortical tissue is taken care of. And now we are left with the last piece, you can say. If you are pretty sure that there is a hole, we can use a viscoat or any things. Otherwise, methyl cellulose is quite good. I think if you were pretty sure, then it's better to use a viscoat for this, separating this thing. And we are trying to take as much as cortex possible without disturbing the posterior pole. And then the routine IOL implantation is done. So visco makes the every step very, very safe, and it keeps on cushion. If somehow even there is a PCR also, it keeps the chamber stable there, and PCR doesn't extend. And I've seen that it does not causes as much pressure as we find with the hydrostatic pressure there. Visco gently softens the things. So in each case, we have to treat with or not merit. We have to first plan what we are going to do. We have to see the density of cataract, and the key of success is be prepared. If we know type of cataract is there, what is the density of cataract there, what are the complications that may be there. If we are ready, then every case become much, much easier. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you, Dr. Viscoelastic, for the excellent presentation. And you have very rightly said, like soft cataracts are not that easy when what we think, because if you look at the literature, many times most of the complications take place in the soft cataract only, because we take it easy, and many times separating the soft cataract from the capsular bag becomes very difficult. Many times, because you start eating of the soft cataract, you get into the problem of Swiss wire phenomena or cheese wire phenomena. So you are basically left with the plate underneath, which normally gets stuck to the posterior capsule. Taking out that plate becomes very difficult. Many times you just hit the posterior capsule and you get into the problem with the PCR and other complications. So soft cataract should not be taken very easily, and Dr. Vinod has very rightly shown many techniques to deal with the soft cataract. And visco flip and visco dissection is one of the very, very simple and very good technique, because if you are able to separate the whole soft cataract from the capsular bag, then it's just the aspiration. It's only the separation. So take your time to separate the whole complex of the soft cataract away from the capsular bag. So that is the best idea. Dr. Suvin, you would like to comment something on this?
Like I said, like you said, yes, soft cataracts are always difficult, because it's like when you have a phaco probe in your hand, and you're actually, the more experience you gain, the more likely you are to have a rent in a soft cataract, because you get used to more faster parameters, and you kind of using a higher power, higher vacuum. So it's more often like a hot knife through butter. So that is why we need to be, as we gain experience, we need to kind of come down on the gear and the accelerator. So when we are dealing with soft cataracts. Yes, I do agree with that. The chances, and most of us have burnt our fingers. We've had our complications with soft cataracts only. And even in hard cataracts, we have the complications at the IA stage.
Yeah. Dr. Arvind, you would like to comment on this?
Sir, which viscoelastic you prefer for hydrodissection? Is the cohesive or the dispersive?
Yes, the methyl cellulose is the best. I think if you feel initially can use a diluted one, that's much better.
Okay. Further diluted. Okay.
Yeah, I think for the dissection, you have to use dispersive only. You cannot use adaptive or cohesive visco, because that would get
last piece
really
you can
injure.
For the last piece effect there, viscoat is much better there.
Yeah,
because it seals the hole also.
Yeah, well, for the dissection, you have to use dispersive visco only, so that you get a smooth separation of the whole complex from the capsule.
Whole concept is in layer wise. That's the whole concept.
Yeah, that is the best part. That is the best way. Under low parameters.
Yes.
Yeah.